Hello, I'm Davina MacKail. I'm an author, shamanic coach and healer, dream expert, and the healthy home and business expert. And I'm going to give you some top tips on this video, mainly to begin with about dreams. Now, everyone always says to me, oh, but I never remember my dreams. Dreams are so valuable. We need to get into remembering our dreams. So really, my top tips today are about how you can remember more dreams. And the first thing that you need to do is lay still on waking. If you jump out of bed and you're already halfway to the loo or making your cup of tea or cleaning your teeth before you've almost woken up, then you won't remember your dreams. Dreams seem to be located in time and space. So when you wake, lay perfectly still, eyes still closed, and go, what was I thinking? What was I feeling? What's the last thing I remember doing? And you'll be amazed. Just that action alone will start to bring snippets of dream recall back. You might get an emotion. You might suddenly recall a whole scene. But also, dreams respond to attention. So just the intention of I'm going to clearly remember a dream, stated clearly before you go to sleep, will allow your mind. We have this, it doesn't have a very nifty name, but it's a very nifty little neurological device. It's called the reticular activating system. And we all know what this does, because if you've ever bought a new car and you've never seen that car particularly before in your colour, suddenly when you own it, you walk, or you drive down the street, not walk, you drive down the street and everyone suddenly seems to have your car in your colour. Now, they didn't make 500,000 more of those cars overnight. It's just that your brain didn't need to know that information before, but now you've expanded your awareness, so it takes in that car and the colour. And the same with your dreams. If you're not interested in dreams and you don't pay attention to them, then they don't show up. There's no reason for you to remember them particularly. But if you want to remember them and you pay attention and you set that intention, you will absolutely guaranteed to remember more dreams. So reading about dreams, listening about dreams, talking to your friends and your work colleagues about dreams, they will all help your dream recall. So lying still, setting a clear intention, really that. It took me 2 weeks. I was never a natural dreamer. I've trained myself to dream regularly. I can now have a dream on cue pretty much on a subject that I want to dream about. It takes about 2 weeks to do this. I tell you an awful lot more in how to analyse those dreams that you get and really how to work with them in much deeper ways in my book, The Dream Whisperer. There's also, if you don't like reading, a wonderful CD that goes along with that takes you into dream journeys where you can revisit dream characters and you can also incubate creative solution dreams that really help you get the best out of your dreaming mind, which is a wonderful source of creativity. And if you're still not remembering dreams, here's another little top tip that actually comes from Hawaiian shamanism. You take a glass of water to bed. You drink half the glass of water before going to sleep, saying, I will remember a dream. On waking, you drink the rest of the glass of water and you should remember your dream. We are mostly comprised of water. Water holds memory. Dreams sit in that memory bank in our unconscious minds. So the water is also very good if you're one of those people that forgets things. You know, when you walk into a room, you think, oh, what did I come in here for? Or you can't remember where your purse is or your keys or anything like that. Have a glass of water. It's often because we're dehydrated. If you've got somebody's name on the tip of your tongue or a word, take a few sips of water, you'll find that the memory will there be for you. The other things I wanted to give you some top tips on today is just a little bit around our healthy home and environment. Now, the basis, you're going to hate me for this one, but the basis of all good feng shui is clutter clearing. Clutter is what, in metaphysical terms, is simply stuck, stagnant energy. We all have too much stuff these days, and it's really, really good to clear space. You know that when you finally get round to do it and you've actually had a good old clear out, you feel so much better. You feel lighter, you feel more energetic, you've got more vitality, you've got more get up and go. So here's just a couple of tips to get you on that. Key, set an intention. If we weed a garden and we don't plant anything in it, we just get the weeds back. But if you plant beautiful flowers, you'll get a beautiful garden. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you clear your clutter without setting intention of what you want to put in that space, you're likely to get the clutter back. So be clear about what it is you want. Why are you clearing this clutter? What is it? More health, better relationship, finding love? Anything of that nature, more money. Set your intention clearly. That's absolutely key. And start small. Don't try and do it all at once. You'll become overwhelmed. It's too much. I have a 20-minute clutter rule that works really well. Just set a timer for 20 minutes a day. Normally first thing in the morning or when you get back home from work in the evening, they're the best times. You set the timer, you start in one room, one cupboard, one drawer, in a nice easy corner, and you work for 20 minutes. When the timer goes off, you have a choice. If If you're very excited and motivated, you can continue. If not, you've done your 20 minutes of the day. It's accumulative. After a few weeks, months, you'll find you've got a wonderfully clear house and you didn't even realize that you'd done it. And the other thing that I'm very passionate about, particularly in our modern technological age, and I love technology and use it all the time, the best of the other, but we need to protect ourselves from the electromagnetic stress that it causes us. And there's a really simple thing that will just help you with your phones and stop you getting that radiation in your head. So when you put your phone on and you dial the number, whilst you're waiting, we all have a large volume control in it. Simply hold the phone away from your head until you hear the person answer. That alone will reduce so much of the radiation that is actually affecting your brain. And do not use, ideally, your phone as an alarm clock, because you tend to put it on your bedside table and that signal is pulsating, especially with the new smartphones that you can't turn off at night. That signal will pulsate onto your brain during the night. And it's like being very slowly poked all night long. We all know how that would feel. Very, very stressful. So put it on the floor. At least do not have that signal pumping at the same level of your brain. And ideally use a good old-fashioned battery or wind-up alarm clock and not your mobile phone.